Hello, I am Mrs. Anjali Anant Nadgoda, Department of Chemistry, KLS Gokte PU College, Science Section, Belagavi. We are continuing with the unit number 3, that is electrochemistry. And this is video number 6. Students, in our day to day life, we are using torch or clocks, even wristwatches or calculator. All such devices, they are worked on the batteries. The batteries may be small or big size, but it provides the electrical energy. How it provides? It provides through some chemical reaction. Means these are basically galvanic cell where the chemical energy of the redox reaction is converted into electrical energy. So these are designed as convenient portable sources of electricity. There are two types of batteries, primary batteries and secondary batteries. So what are primary batteries? It is one that cannot be recharged, means it can be used only once. In these batteries, reaction occurs only once and battery becomes dead when the cell reaction reaches equilibrium. Example is dry cell, which is also known as Leclanche cell. So such type of batteries or cells are used in transistors and clocks. You have seen the big cell which is used in torch. Have you seen the upper cover? On that there are two ends. One end is positive end and another one is negative end. Right? That is, one is cathode and another one is anode. Right? What is the value written on this? Along with company name, some value is given. That is nearly 1.5 volt, which is commonly used in torch. Is it? Or transistors. So what is this? That we will study in the next video. So here is the diagram of dry cell, which we are using in day-to-day life. So in this, if you see, the cell is covered in a cylindrical shape, and this cylindrical shape is made up of zinc metal, so which acts as anode, right? And inside there is a rod, black color rod, that is made up of graphite, that is carbon, which acts as cathode. Now to this graphite rod, it is surrounded by the paste of MnO2 and carbon black. Even there is a little paste of ammonium chloride and zinc chloride to fill the gap between anode and cathode, right? Which acts as electrolyte. This paste is moistened with water. Okay, so here is the detailed diagram. You can go through the diagram, and in textbook this diagram is given. Okay, now let us see the next. The cell consists of anode, that is zinc container. So outer part of or outer body of this cell, it acts as anode. Cathode, carbon or graphite rod surrounded by powdered manganese dioxide and carbon, acts as cathode. So space between the electrodes is filled with moist paste of ammonium chloride and zinc chloride. Now, which reactions are taking place at these two electrodes? Because these batteries are working on the redox reaction. Okay. So, here zinc metal loses the electrons, that is oxidation takes place and forms zinc plus 2 ions, whereas at cathode MnO2 and ammonium ions react to form ammonium hydroxide complex, ammonium hydroxide and ammonia gas, manganese hydroxide and ammonia is formed. Now this ammonia again reacts with zinc plus 2 ions, forms the complex which protects the swelling of cell. Now in this reaction, if you see, in MnO2, that is in reactant side, manganese is having plus 4 oxidation state. How it is? One oxygen, just see, one oxygen is having minus 2 charge. So minus 2 into 2 is 4. Therefore, Mn is having plus 4 oxidation state. Whereas in this, one oxygen is minus 2, OH is minus 1. So togetherly it is minus 3 and hence Mn becomes plus 3. Right? So Mn is reduced from plus 4 oxidation state to plus 3 oxidation state. That is, reduction takes place at cathode. And hence the cell has a potential of nearly 1.5 volt. Now, till when we can use this? Till the reaction reaches at equilibrium. Once the use is over, the cell becomes dead. Right? So this is the example of primary battery. Let us see another example of primary battery, that is mercury cell. Now we are using the calculator, right? Or we are using the wristwatches in which a small button like shining cell is used, right? So this is called as mercury cell, which is suitable for low current devices like watches or hearing aids. Now, what is the structure of this cell? At anode, now here also the body is made up of zinc and mercury amalgam. Amalgam means mixture of two metals and hence the outer surface is shining. Then cathode, paste of mercuric oxide and carbon. In earlier cell, if you see, in dry cell, the paste of manganese dioxide and carbon is used. But instead of that, here paste of mercuric oxide and carbon is used as cathode. And electrolyte is paste of KOH and zinc oxide, that is potassium hydroxide and zinc oxide. So what reaction takes place at anode? Zinc mercury amalgam reacts with KOH forming zinc oxide, that is oxidation takes place along with moisture or water. Whereas at cathode, mercuric oxide reacts with water forming mercury. So here the reduction takes place and this is how the overall reaction, we can write it like this. Just see, these two electrons and these two electrons get cancelled. These two OH ions and these two OH ions, that is KOH, get cancelled. So what remains is zinc mercury amalgam. Then HgO gives zinc oxide and Hg. So here zinc amalgam get reduced to zinc oxide and get oxidized to zinc oxide and mercuric oxide get reduced to mercury. Now here is the diagram for that. The same diagram is given in the textbook. This is the detailed diagram. You can just go through it. Now the upper surface acts as anode and inside HgO plus carbon paste acts as cathode. So there is a separator between anode and cathode, right? Even this cell is having some life. but the cell potential remains constant and it is approximately 1.35 volt. Now, why it remains constant? Because as the overall reaction does not involve any ion in solution whose concentration can change during its lifetime, and hence the cell potential for this cell, mercury cell, remains constant. Now, let us see the secondary batteries. Nowadays, we are using the advanced camera, and if you see, along with that, chargeable cells are used, or the charger is given for the cells. Is it? What is this chargeable cell means? Means it can be reused. How it can be reused? By passing the current through it in opposite direction. So such type of cells or batteries are called as what? Secondary batteries. Means it can undergo large number of charging and discharging cycles. Example is lead storage battery, the battery which is used in trucks or heavy vehicles, right? When we ride the vehicle, automatically it gets charged, right? So commonly such type of batteries are commonly used in automobiles and inverters. Let us see the lead storage battery. Now in this diagram, if you see, one is anode and another one is cathode. So which part is anode? Negative plates, that is in this diagram if you see blue color part, which consists of lead grids filled with spongy lead, means metal lead, right? So this acts as anode, whereas positive plates, that is lead grids filled with PbO2, acts as cathode. Now in between there are fiberglass sheets between these grids to prevent the shorting due to physical contact. Okay. Now which electrolyte is used for this? 38% sulfuric acid solution is used as electrolyte. Now how is the structure or what the cell consists of? So anode is metal lead, that is lead grids filled with spongy lead. Now grids means just like a network. What is cathode? Grid of lead packed with lead oxide. Means at anode only metal lead is there and at cathode PbO2 is there, that is lead oxide, right? So what type of reaction takes place? At anode, Pb, that is metal lead, reacts with sulfuric acid. Here instead of showing sulfuric acid, ionic reaction is shown. Okay. So it forms PbSO4, that is lead sulfate, which is in solid form. Now electrons are lost, means oxidation reaction takes place. Then at cathode, PbO2, that is lead oxide, reacts with sulfuric acid to form PbSO4 plus water. Means what is this overall cell reaction? You can just see here, these two electrons and these two electrons are on opposite side, so we can cancel it, right? Now what remains in this? It is Pb solid plus PbO2, right? Then 4HSO4 and here 2SO4 2 minus, means 2H2SO4. 38% solution, means it is dissolved in water. So here we have written aqueous, right? Totally how many molecules of PbSO4 are formed? 2 plus 2H2O. So this is the overall cell reaction. Now what happens during charging? This is discharging process. Means whenever we are using. Now when we are keeping it for charging, what exactly happens? The reaction get reverse. overall reaction as well as the reaction at half cell, that is anode and cathode. So PbSO4 at anode and cathode get converted into Pb solid and PbO2 solid respectively, right? So on charging the battery, the reaction is reversed. This is how the cell can be used or the battery can be used again and again. Now, one more example of this type of secondary battery is nickel cadmium cell. But this is little bit costly because it is more expensive to manufacture. But it has the advantage over the lead storage cell. What is that? It has longer life. Okay. So what is the overall cell reaction in this? Here, cadmium undergoes oxidation forming cadmium oxide and nickel hydroxide undergoes reduction, right? This is how the cell can be reused or recharged, right? Now approximately the voltage of this cell is 1.30 volt. Okay. Now what is used to separate the anode and cathode? That is layer in moist NaOH or KOH. Yes. Now the next part, that is fuel cells. So these are galvanic cells that are designed to convert the energy of combustion. Energy of combustion means what? Burning. Combustion means burning in presence of air. Now whenever any substance is burnt in presence of air or any gas is burnt in presence of air, always it gives lot of heat, and this heat energy is converted or it is utilized in electrical energy. Okay. So here the fuels like hydrogen, methane or methanol are burnt in presence of air, that is oxygen, and it is directly converted into electrical energy. So this type of cells are called as fuel cells. One such example is hydrogen oxygen fuel cell. Now, what is there in hydrogen oxygen cell? This type of cell or it is used in spacecraft, that is rockets. Okay. So here liquid hydrogen and liquid oxygen is used as propellant, means just like fuel. But what is the condition here? In fuel cells, the reactants are continuously supplied to the electrodes to generate electricity. Okay. Now, how it works? So, in hydrogen oxygen fuel cell, electrical energy produced by the combustion of hydrogen as a fuel. How it is constructed? In this cell, hydrogen and oxygen are bubbled through a porous carbon electrodes into concentrated aqueous NaOH or KOH solution. Remember, it is aqueous NaOH or KOH solution. Means in NaOH or KOH is dissolved in water. Now, catalysts like finely divided platinum or palladium metal are incorporated, means used into the electrodes for increasing the rate of electrode reaction. Now, why platinum or palladium metal is used? Because hydrogen gas cannot be stabilized alone or in gaseous condition. It should be adsorbed somewhere on the metal surface, and hence platinum or palladium metals are used, which acts as catalyst. Now, what are the electrode reaction here? At cathode, oxygen gas reacts with water, forming hydroxide ions. right? Then at anode, hydrogen reacts with hydroxide ions. Now these hydroxide ions are from NaOH or KOH solution forming water. Means if you see the overall reaction in this, just see these 4 electron get cancelled. Then 4 OH get cancelled. What remains? Now there are 2 H2O in reactant side and 4 H2O in product side, right? So if we shift this here, then it will come as 2 H2O, right? Means 2 hydrogen plus oxygen gives 2 H2O. So this fuel cell, it uses the reaction of hydrogen with oxygen to form water. Now the water vapors produced during the reaction are condensed. So hydrogen fuel cell have been used for years to provide electricity and water during space flights. Now why these are used? Because fuel cells are pollution free and hence it is easy to use, right? So you can go through the diagram which is given in the textbook. The question may come like, what are the reaction taking place at cathode or anode for any of these cells which are given as primary batteries and secondary batteries, or which fuel is used in spacecraft, etc. Okay, so today we will conclude here. Let's see the further part in next class. Thank you.